Martinelli, lining it
up! English Premier League. Arsenal, Manchester United.
We know what to do. We have to be really good. We need a really good performance. But if we do, I think we have a good chance also to get out of that performance a good result.
And Arsenal come into this big match against Manchester United off the back of the North London derby win. It doesn't get much bigger than that. How well do you think they performed in this game?
I thought Arsenal were brilliant. I thought Tottenham were poor. So it's, I think Arsenal were quite unlucky not to have gone in maybe 3-4 goals in the first half. Spurs got off lightly, in my opinion. But you look at the way they played. Saka was on absolute fire. Everybody he came up against playing left back for Spurs, he taught them a lesson, an absolute lesson. You've got Odegaard in the middle as well. They're playing with such a freedom. They're so carefree, but they're so organised as well. Mikel Arteta's got them working absolute wonders, perfectly for what he's trying to achieve.
And when you hear the comments from the likes of Pep Guardiola, who after the victory over Tottenham yesterday said that Arsenal are a hungry team. You can see the fire and the desire in the team because they haven't won a title for such a long time. And that's kind of the comparison he was giving with Manchester City. Do you think that's enough to carry them over the line, Arsenal?
It's not enough to carry them over the line, but it's enough to get them close enough. And then you need the reinforcements, and then you need the experienced players, and then you need a calm manager, and then you need a fan base who understand what you're coming up against.
They've got it all though, right?
It seems that way. You know, Arsenal seem like they're in the right place mentally, physically, emotionally as well. And it's just a matter of time, I think, before Arsenal are crowned champions. This is the biggest game of the season, I think. They have to come through this one. Manchester United are on form as well. So as long as they can come through this relatively unscathed, I see the champions. Yeah.
Wow. Arsenal have only lost one game this season, and it was against Manchester United.
3-1.
Yes, exactly. And you talked about Casemiro and the fact he's going to miss this game. Casemiro didn't start in this game either, and Manchester United won. So why has there been such a focus on Casemiro's suspension heading into the game at the Emirates?
Because of the form he's been in and the way Manchester United have been ticking while he's been playing. What he does really, really well, he breaks up the play. He finds himself, he's almost like a magnet. Wherever the opposition team are attacking, he tends to find himself in those areas. He's got cute little foul in him as well, which nothing but experience will bring you. But he's also got the respect from his teammates. So everybody understands how strong he is in that position. His positional sense, his physical ability, his passing ability as well. And without that in the team, it's such a different outlook. They look so different when he's not there. That was early on in the season. Yeah. That's not now, you know. So it's going to be interesting to see how they cope without him, because he's a vital part of that Manchester United team.
One of the things that Erik ten Hag has shown in his time as Manchester United manager so far, though, is that he's not afraid to mix things up. He's been at times playing Luke Shaw as a centre half when he's got other centre back options. So he clearly knows that he can kind of change things up, and tactically, I think he's already said this, that he will pick the team that he thinks are best to beat the opponent in that particular match. There's no set 11 that he's going to choose. Do you like that?
Love it. I absolutely love it, because it keeps everybody on their toes, every single player. So there's no time or no chance for any for any player to almost, you know, expect to start.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. So he's keeping everybody guessing, keeping everybody's levels as high as they possibly can, just so that they're firing on all cylinders. And that's what we've seen with the results.
Yeah, the run has been unbelievable. They've won every single game in all competitions since the World Cup, up until that draw with Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park on Wednesday night. It was a late equaliser and a stunning free kick that was scored by Elise in the game. Just a nightmare ending to the match. Casemiro getting suspended and then them conceding the goal. But what we did see in the match was Wout Weghorst making his debut for the club. What do you think he brings, and do you think he'll start again against Arsenal?
He brings a totally different element to the attack, to the style of play that Manchester United have. And having seen him play while he was at Burnley, obviously they got relegated and he was relatively new in the role. He's got a lot of attributes about himself that are really, really good, really strong. We saw him in the World Cup, did really well, you know. So you look at the style of play Manchester United have, really, really quick on the counter-attack with Rashford, with Martial, etc. But he gives you something completely different from set pieces. He gives you the long ball outlet. And then you can still play with Rashford coming in off the side or Martial or so on and so forth. I don't think it's a bad acquisition. I don't think he will start because I think Ten Hag would want to try and wear the defenders down and then bring him on to cause them a different type of an issue.